Well, howdy do, buckaroos. So, here I am. I've got an interesting beer today. Howdy do, I'm Tony Beer Whisperer. And I've got an interesting beer from Boulevard Entwined, malt beverage brewed with grape juice. It says on their website they use pale malt and muscat juice. Here is the beer. Yeah, I got fancy, poured it in a wine glass. These wine glasses, or this glass I have, it has our family crest on them. My dad bought for my mom. No, they're probably, I don't know, somewhere between 35 to 40 years old. She gave them to me a while back. So I'm the one that, appreciates glassware. So I don't crack them out that often. I usually only bring them out on the holidays. But what the hell, I went and cleaned one out just to pour this beer in. What the hell, right? Oh, baby. It is an interesting hybrid. Somewhere between a sparkling wine and a very pale lager. In feel, let me say that, before somebody misunderstands what I'm getting at here. Yeah, it does feel a lot like a sparkling wine. It is 4.1%. It's very light. It's very drinkable. I'm going to hesitate to use the word session, but it is certainly a beer you could drink a lot of. And as far as situational beer, I don't think I'd bring this to a card game because, well, you're probably going to get ribbed a bit. But yeah, this would be a great, picnic or barbecue beer if what you're cooking is fish. But it is an interesting beer. It would be one of those beers that I would hand to folks that maybe don't think they like beer or haven't, what they know about beer is just macro lagers. And they drink mostly wine. This would be an interesting beer to hand them. Last summer, there was a beer fest in downtown Springfield, and Boulevard was out there, and they had a test batch for this beer. At the time, they were calling it Nelson because it uses a Nelson Sauvignon hops. Now, it has undergone some changes from then, I've been told, and it's been so long I couldn't tell you what those changes are. But I remember at the time thinking the beer was very interesting, and they told me at the time they didn't think they were going to bottle it, and I told them I really thought they ought to, because, whoa, did you see that? My beer went, holy crap! Because I told them I really believe there's a market for it because it is that different. I'm not a guy, I didn't think I would like this beer, to be honest with you, but I found it incredibly refreshing and oddly enjoyable. It is slightly tart. It feels a lot like a sparkling wine. It's bright, it's crisp, it's refreshing, and then you got that dry, slightly tart finish at the end. But you've also got those pale malts in it, giving it a little more teeth, for the beer drinker. So, again, wine drinkers, I don't know how they're going to accept it or not, but I really think many wine drinkers would drink this as a substitute if that was what was available, you know what I mean? Because it is bright, it's crisp, it's refreshing, it feels like summer. It would be great in the summer with lighter dishes. I know if I was cooking some fish out here, this would be a perfect beer to have with that. And if I was just doing a chicken breast, for instance, something lighter, this beer isn't going to hold up to, any pulled pork or ribs of that sort. But yeah, if you're doing something lighter, chicken breast, fish, it's beautiful. And again, it's just different. It's interesting. It's just, well, at the risk of repeating myself, it's just different. And gosh, it does grow on you. I think I've enjoyed every bottle more than the last one. There's not a lot of aroma, but I get typical wine-like aromas from it. I get pear and apple. I'm getting something else on the finish, almost like a white cranberry, a little slight tartness like of a white cranberry in the finish. It's just a nice, different beer. So there you go. Boulevard Entwined. I do recommend everybody trying this.